Welcome to the final installment in the Getting Up and Running series with Cassava. I'm your host, Michael Seeley, and in this episode, we will be discussing publishing. We will look at what it takes to publish an experience, how you can gain insight from the analytics that Cassava produces, and how you can activate additional distribution profiles. We're back in Cassava, and we will resume from the onboarding training module. Let's go ahead and attempt to publish this experience in the current state. You'll see there are a number of validation errors in this case. We have some email audience members who have yet to opt in to communications from Cassava, and the Southeast Division requires an audience. We will go ahead and make some adjustments to get by these validation errors. Let's head back over to our audiences. Let's go ahead and remove the Southeast Division for now. Make things simple. And let's reduce our audience. The quickest way is we can remove everyone, and then we can add the folks back that we care to. So let's look for Nestor. And we'll put him in to our audience, a Microsoft Teams user. And let's look for me. Okay. Well, we have this guy over here, so let's pick this guy instead. Okay. So now we have a distribution profile with two members from two different channels. And we can go ahead and attempt to publish this experience. Keeping all the default parameters as is, we'll hit publish. And there you go. We have a new experience that is ready to be published, and it will release starting on the 15th. That's pretty much all it takes to publish an experience in Cassava. Now, one of the key concepts in Cassava is that an experience is never truly over. What this means is that you can publish additional distribution profiles at any time. Let's assume that other users have joined the company and are also in need of this training module. We can go ahead and create a new distribution profile. We can have this one begin on the 16th, for example. Keep all the default parameters the same. And we'll add from the existing users who have been imported. So let's go ahead and add Ambrose. If we go back and look at all of our distribution profiles, you'll see that we have one that's already active, starting on the 15th, and now we have this new distribution profile that is in a draft state. We can go ahead and activate this distribution profile. And there you go. We now have two audience segments, both receiving this training module with different schedules. This is one of the real advantages of using Cassava. It allows you to build an experience once and reach users across many distribution channels and generate new distributions at will. Cassava allows you to gain rapid insight into the performance of your training modules. Let's see what this looks like. If we go to track distributions, we'll arrive at the summary view, which shows the distributions that have been planned for today, the number of unique events that have been reported thus far. Round adherence is a measure of how quickly your audience members are completing each round, and assessments show how well they're actually absorbing the content. If we jump to the round distributions and we look at the events for today, we will see that just a few minutes ago, both members from the Acme group and the late arrival group did receive the welcome round. At 5:55, the Michael user on Slack did receive theirs, and we can go and confirm that detail. If we head to Slack and we look at the Michael user, we'll see that at 5:55, he did indeed receive the welcome round. We can generate some additional events by viewing the disciplines for this round. So we look at the content creation, and let's look at one more. Let's look at engagement and insights. Okay, we can go ahead and refresh the analytics, and we should see the events for these two additional interactions. Here we are back in Cassava, and I have just refreshed the analytics, and you can see that we have now two distinct events. We have round distributions, which we saw earlier, and now we have a view type event. Let's look at the details. We will see that Michael received his initial distribution at 5:55. 39 minutes later, he viewed the audience composition discipline. A minute later, the content creation discipline, and 5 seconds later, the engagement and insights. These are just a few of the type of distinct interactions that Cassava allows you to track. At any point, we can look at the schedule for this experience, and we can see that both the Acme group and the late arrival group will receive round distributions over the next couple days. At any point, we can drill into the actual content for each round. And we see that round 1 is based on content creation. If we go to round 4, we'll see that this is actually based on a couple disciplines. Lastly, we can look at the distributions themselves. If we look at everyone, we will see the plan against each delivery. This is what today's distribution shows. It shows the plan. So the Acme group starts at 6 p.m., I believe, and this is what the plan looks like for their distribution. The late arrivals begins at 9, and this is what the plan looks like. In each case, these users have received the welcome round today. At any point, you can see the responses, both multiple choice and freeform, once content rounds starts to be delivered on day 1. The audience members can be pruned, and at any point, you have full control over canceling the distribution itself. And that's what Cassava provides in terms of rapid insight into how well the audience is interacting with your experience. Round adherence is one of the better indicators, and it will show you how quickly audience members are completing each round and completing their assessments. This is something that you would like to keep a tight focus on. And there you have it. We have showed how easy it is to publish an experience in Cassava, thereby reaching audience members across one or more distribution channels. As users interact with your content, Cassava allows you to gain rapid insight into that interaction. And at any point, new audience segments can be activated. This is one of the core advantages of Cassava, the idea that an experience is created once, but yet it can be used to reach members across multiple channels, and new segments can be activated at will. Well, this brings us to the end of this series. I hope that you have been able to get a clear understanding on how Cassava works, and at any point, your feedback is more than welcome. Have a great day.